Is
Hi, here we go. We just started up. This is Show of Hands Hangout, episode, I think,
Anyone hear me?
number 5. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, who is everyone? Because
Oh, yeah. We were just going to do introductions. So I guess let's start off with Aylin.
Hey there. I'm Aylin. I'm over there. I guess depending on what your view is, I'm the statue over there, in white and blue.
all right.
And then, yeah, we'll do everyone introductions quickly.
Honey, I can
Next
only
up.
hear you because you're sitting in the next room. I can't hear you on the show.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh, I can hear him.
Okay, I was going to say, if everybody else can hear him, that's
Wait.
fine, because I can hear him.
Well, actually, yeah, I could hear him a second ago.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
can't
can.
hear him.
Okay, good, that's fine. Sorry.
Chris, can you hear me?
Chris, can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, go
All
ahead,
right.
honey, sorry.
I can't hear him.
You can hear him, he's in the next room. Stop it.
All right. I'll move into the hallway.
He can hear you just fine. You should at least be comfortable. Corey,
I,
could you really not hear him?
no.
No. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, sorry. Next person to introduce themselves is Mr. Williams here.
The one causing all the problems.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm Mr. Williams. My handle is Crazy Hooch.
Oh!
That's the best reaction I could have asked for.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I think I followed you recently.
Oh, he's got some interesting polls. You'll appreciate
Yeah.
those, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I like-
actually, no, I posted a question based off of one of your responses.
Based off of one of my responses?
Yep.
Oh my. What was that one about?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'll have to look it up.
Well, I'm honored.
You should be. Not really. It's not. I don't know. I don't have that many followers. It'd probably be better if I had more.
We'll gain some more.
Hopefully.
You get shared a lot.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Thanks, Julie.
Love you.
See you guys.
Yeah, but you're up.
My name's Julie. I go by the username Mama Pumba. I think my claim to fame here on Show of Hands is that Firefly is my better half.
And Chris, you're up. Just quick who you are and, well, I guess your username, what you want us to call you.
Can you hear him, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear everyone. I'm just
Oh.
sitting here listening.
I don't think you can hear me, maybe.
He had asked what you want to be called and what your username is and such.
Okay, maybe I didn't hear him then. Oh well. I go by Chris on the app. I go by Chris in real life. It's pretty simple.
Cool. Welcome.
Some quick questions, starting with Aylin. Chocolate or vanilla?
What was it? Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate or vanilla?
Duh. Chocolate.
Sandals or barefoot?
Oh, barefoot.
And pancakes or French toast?
Oh. French toast, as long as it's got like a little bit of orange and vanilla in it.
Nice.
I think I was hungry when I was writing these because there are a lot of food-related questions. Mr. Williams, milk or juice?
Milk.
Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert?
Ooh. Stewart.
And donuts or bagels?
the fat kid in me wants to say donuts, but I probably eat bagels more often.
Yeah, but it's not what you want. It's not what you do eat. It's what you would actually want to eat, right?
Yeah.
Depends. Am I allowed to have cream cheese?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think cream cheese is fine.
Then bagels.
I'm going to have you guys repeat questions out loud. If Chris can't hear, I think that would fix that, or at least address it. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. So how about like on these would you rathers, you know what I mean? We'll repeat the question first and then answer. So
Cool.
so she can hear.
Yeah.
Oh, am I still able to hear anything?
Well, I don't think you can hear him. Can you, like when Firefly talks, can you hear him?
I'm talking right now.
I see the lips move, but there's only like a faint sound I can barely
Your
hear.
lips are moving, but all I hear is wah, 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 wah. Okay, yeah, so we'll repeat the questions so that you can hear them because it probably just sounds like we're spouting out a bunch of random words right now. Yeah?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yobo, you are up.
Okay.
Chicken or beef?
Chicken or beef? Chicken? Oh no. We eat more chicken, but I mean like every now and again, like a really good steak is just like amazing. Yeah. Okay. Chicken.
Super salad.
Super salad?
Super salad.
Super salad.
It's a super salad. I would go with salad. I love me a salad.
And pie or cake?
Pie or cake? Please, pie.
Are we including things like pot pie?
We're not including things like pot pie, but there's very rarely a pie that I've come across where I'm like, I wish I had cake instead. But there are a lot of cakes I've come across where I'm like, yep, could have had pie. So.
All right. Julie, do you want to relay some questions to Chris?
Sure.
All right. Facebook or Twitter?
So, Chris, these are for you. Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook. I never understood Twitter.
Left or right?
Left or right?
Left.
Long or short sleeves?
Long or short sleeves?
Assuming weather allows both.
See, now that's an actual tough question. I have to go with short sleeves because the weather I'm in right now is a little bit inclement for long sleeves.
Well, if it could be comfortable in any sort of weather situation, long or short, you know what I mean? Like, clearly.
Long sleeve, then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Right. And then one for everyone real quick, fiction or nonfiction? Start with Chris.
Chris, fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction. It's always a better story.
It is.
I'm totally on the fiction. Yeah.
Hooch?
Hooch.
Fiction.
Aylin?
I'll take fiction, but I like a little bit of like real history mixed in.
Okay. We've got a couple would you rather questions, and these sometimes get interesting, so we'll see where they go. Would you rather start with, and we'll start with Hooch. Would you rather spend your life married to someone you can't love, but they love you?
Oh.
Or spend your life married to someone who won't love you, but you love them? Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah, that was you, Aylin. That big beep, that was you, I think.
Oh, that was me? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I think so. That's okay.
So let me just get this clear. Would I rather be married to someone who I could love, but they couldn't love me?
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around. That's a tough one. I've been in the second situation. Not married, but
Sorry.
in a certain relationship that way. Um, I don't know. See, this is the thing is because like I'm a very loving person, and I feel like if I was to marry someone, the first situation wouldn't apply. So I'm gonna say the first situation, and say that I would end up fluffing them anyways.
Yeah.
They're Justin Bieber.
I'm Justin Bieber.
No, they are.
Oh, they're Justin Bieber. Oh God. Oh.
But the Biebs loves him, right?
Yes.
So
the Biebs
maybe
is all
he,
about it.
so maybe he wouldn't be such an asshat. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Had to plug in.
It's kind of a lose-lose situation.
Well, if you're gonna think about it that way.
It kind of is. Like either way, somebody's getting hurt. It's kind of sad.
I kind of feel like that might be the situation more often than not, which is kind of depressing. But
I guess I would take being married to the Biebs. Just because it sucks to be in a relationship where somebody, like you love somebody and they don't love you back. And if it's Justin Bieber that's loving me and I don't love him back, I feel like people would be alright with that.
we're sorry, Chris, if you like the Biebs.
Oh no, no.
I thought I'd
No,
go with someone that
this
was.
conversation is just fine.
I thought I'd go with someone that was so very far removed from likability. If I knew the guy from Nickelback's name, I might have gone with that instead, but I don't.
Well, put it this way. Canada doesn't even want Justin Bieber back. And Canada will take Nickelback back. So if you look at the way it's weighted, the U.S. tried to get rid of him and Canada wouldn't take him back. So I'm pretty sure people are just like, it's okay if you love somebody and they don't love him back.
Chris, same question.
Chris, did you hear what the question was?
No, I didn't, but I've kind of filled in the blanks.
Oh, okay. So, what would you pick?
Who's it between? Just someone who.
Yeah, would you rather be married to somebody who you loved but they wouldn't love you back, or they loved you and you couldn't love them?
That is a very difficult question because either way, if it was someone I were to love, but they wouldn't love me back, at least then I would have them and I could make them happy. But at the same time, if it's someone that loved me, but I didn't love them back, I'd feel like I was lying the entire time. And that would still be kind of horrible. I would probably go for the one that I loved, even though there's no love in return, just to know that at least I did truly care about that person.
Oh, you're so nice.
Aw.
Don't
Are
tell
nice.
anyone.
Hey, I took Justin Bieber off the map, so I feel like that's
So you can win a medal.
being the sacrificial lamb. I'm just kidding, Chris. That's very, very nice. Not even compared.
I'm sure he'll
Nothing
share.
compared to.
A left the call.
Oh,
Think she's good?
she'll probably be back.
Okay.
I don't know. You're up.
I would go with probably them loving me and not loving them back. Because I feel like in that situation, I mean, just because you don't love them doesn't mean you have to be horrible to them. I feel like I could get along with, a lot of people. And if they loved me, then I feel like I could make that work. I don't know. I don't know if I could take that, like loving somebody knowing they would never love me back. I don't know if I could handle that. So, there's that. Aylin, are you there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I seemed to drop out. So it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so glad I had to go last on this one. I heard everybody else's arguments. I think I would rather be with somebody who loved me that I could not love them back, because I tend to be the kind of person who's going to make the best of a situation, and I can usually find, like, I've had some really scummy jobs, some really awful, horrible jobs where most people would be really miserable. And I can usually, in any situation, I can, I guess, kind of bloom where I'm planted, and just make the best of whatever situation I'm in. So I think if somebody loved me and I couldn't love them back, at least I could learn to respect them, and I think I could maybe not be all that fulfilled, but I could be happy in that situation more so than if I loved somebody and it was not returned. I've been in that situation, not looking forward to going back there again. So
That's fair.
yeah.
Hey, Chris, can you hear him now?
Occasionally.
Oh, okay. We'll still
I'm
repeat
starting to be
questions
able
then.
to.
Well, I'm starting to see some green flicker, like, volume on his icon, which I hadn't seen before, so that was why I just quickly asked. Sorry, I didn't want to seem like
It's fine.
squirrel, you know.
Yeah, there's nothing to really change either. I'm sorry.
It's cool. We'll repeat questions.
I have one. Oh, would you rather? So because that last one was a little depressing, here's one that's a little less so. Would you rather eat what you want without gaining any weight forever, or or get a full night's sleep every night?
What? Oh, that's not cool. Did you hear the question, Chris?
I did actually that time.
Oh, nice. All right, well, we should make Chris go first because we made her go first last time.
I
Or
mean,
no,
I
we
already
made-
know the answer to this one.
Oh,
so
all right, shoot.
I would do the eat whatever you want because my diet consists of, well, I don't know if you guys know what my job is. I'm in the military, and our galley here is kind of horrible, awful, no good. A guy bent a fork over a hard piece of bread the other day.
You what?
So that was, he bent a fork or a spoon over a
It's
piece of bread.
insane.
So the food here's kind of awful, so it'd be nice to eat and stay at a healthy, normal weight. And I don't need a full night's sleep. I live on a gallon of espresso a day, so.
Nice.
Wow.
I gotta go last. This is tough. Wait. Time out. Question.
Yeah, go.
The sleep, is it like you are guaranteed like a full 8 hours, or no matter how much sleep you get, you are fully rested?
We'll say no matter how much sleep you get, assuming it's some,
Right.
you close your eyes and go to sleep, and when you wake up, you feel like you slept for 10 hours. I'll up your 8.
I don't even know what that's like. Shut the front door.
Aylin, you're up.
All right. Let's see. You know, I get migraines if I don't get enough sleep, so I will take the feeling rested. Because especially if it doesn't matter if I sleep 1 hour or 8 hours, if I can still get enough rest to feel rested. I get way too little sleep as it is now, and most of that is due to show of hands. So, either I'm answering polls or commenting or something, or I'm chatting with users after hours, and it's not in an after hours manner.
I was like, hey, Lynn, I did not know.
Yeah.
After
Speaking of
hours.
which, I've got a couple polls.
But yeah, so I think I would rather have the restful sleep, and yeah, because I don't really eat much of what I really want to eat anyway now, so yeah, I can deal without that, but the sleep I can't deal without.
Hooch, you're up. What are you doing?
Sleep. Are you kidding me? I'm a math major. Sleep is like a joke. I can't remember the last night I got a full night's sleep.
But wait a second, if you're a math major, like that would make me sleep all the time.
No.
Mathlete.
No, Like there's no such thing as sleep unless you're an absolute genius, which I'm pretty sure there's video proof that I'm not.
I know that feeling right there.
But I don't know, if I could just go to sleep for an hour and wake up feeling like I rested for 10, I could get so much more work done. Well, I don't know, because it's pretty much how it is every day. I get like 2 hours of sleep, and I spend the rest of the day trying to get work done, and never really pans out that way. And if I could actually get just like a little bit of sleep, and then thinking about it, like I could still eat what I wanted and probably do enough work, just kind of trade off, eat something, and then the hours that I was going to sleep, run or do sports.
Or do math like you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's usually what it ends up being. It's not one of those hobbies you want to get into if you're wanting to have any form of a life.
What is it that you want to
Or
do?
sleep. What was that?
What is it that you want to do with your degree?
Meet women.
Yeah, that's how you meet women, is in the math department.
I couldn't resist.
I'm pretty sure like there's 2 women in the math department, both of which are married. And I mean, I don't know. I would like to do research. I would like to be a professor, but I think the goal right now, and that's kind of the front runner, is working for a nonprofit doing analysis, something along those lines, or starting a nonprofit and helping people with, research or whatever goals we're trying to get.
Cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I do, but it's torturous.
He's going to start an online dating service, and he's going to use all the statistics that he knows to match people correctly.
There you go.
Just kidding.
I don't think that I would be very successful at that. I have problems matching myself with people.
And be like,
So,
that's a goat.
There will be one question on every survey that's, how do you feel about math?
That's how Aylin feels
That's
about
the alarm
math.
that goes off.
that was very appropriate.
What does it sound like? All I can hear is the vibration on my side.
It sounds like the network, like you said a bad word and they're bleeping you out.
Yeah.
And kind of a long word at that.
Yeah, that's funny.
What do you think about math?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just put it on, I had it on vibrate before. I thought I had it on mute, so I just muted it, so maybe that'll stop. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It was comically perfect.
Julie, I assumed you answered, yeah.
I think I would go with the sleep, just purely because, just like Aylin gets migraines, I get the case of the cranky pants when I don't get enough sleep. And man, to get a full night's sleep, I don't know though. That could get like, you know how when you sleep too much, you feel kind of meh, and you're like, that was too much sleep. But to like eat whatever, the fat kid in me is like, food, just do food, just face down, food, do it now. Before they change their mind.
If you eat enough food, you'll pass out and have a good night's sleep.
That's true. Food comas are pretty amazing. I think.
But you have to pay for food.
Nah, you don't have to pay for sleep.
What? No. Okay. Well, I'd probably go with the sleep just because we have small children, and they don't care what you are doing or how much sleep you got. They're getting up at the butt crack of dawn.
It's true.
Oh, dark 30. Here they are. Hey, Mama. You're like, no. I just went to bed. I just did. So
Quick, hit
Ask
'em with
again
the
10
pillow.
years from now.
yeah, ask again in 10 years from now, and I might change my mind when my metabolism has left on vacation and ne'er returned.
Well, and then 10 years from now, you're going to have like teenagers and preteens, and it's like a whole different kind of no sleep.
Yeah, and I might be stress eating by then. I don't know.
And just think about how much they'll be eating.
Oh, I can't. That's painful. Painful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on.
Um,
Hey, look at. Can you see me? Because I'm blended into my couch, and you love the stripes. Sorry.
here's a fun one. Would you rather have a bell go off every time you're aroused, or
It could get awkward.
feel a sharp pain in your side every time someone said your name?
Did you hear that, Chris?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
Start with Aylin on this one.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Everyone has to go
I'm gonna-
first sometime.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the sharp pain because there's probably enough people. Most of you guys have been on Show of Hands long enough to know that I have kind of a strong sex drive. So
She has a healthy appetite.
I have a very, very, very healthy appetite. So,
Get it, girl, get it.
yeah, it would be like Carol of the Bells if it was.
Awesome.
I'll go with the sharp pain from every time somebody says my name because that's a lot less inconspicuous.
Wait. Is it when everybody's like talking about you specifically, or is it just your name in general?
Oh, we'll say talking about you specifically.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be rough because I'm a national administrator, so that's going to be rough either way. But yeah, I'll take that anytime.
Mr. Williams, you're up.
Oh, get to follow up that one.
How hungry are you, Corey?
I've got, my last two polls were
Inappropriate.
interesting. I'll keep it semi-appropriate. But I don't know.
Ding.
I feel
I was waiting for someone to do it. I wish there were sound effects on here. I would have done it.
oh,
That would've
that's
been fun.
perfect.
Aylin, is that what that beeping was?
Totally.
Those were loud beeps.
Yeah.
Some good-looking people on here. I'm telling you what.
Blending into the couch.
Hey, yeah, I'm a floating head. Zip it.
I don't know. I feel like. Well, here's my question: do other people know that when the bell rings that I'm aroused?
I think they'd figure it out.
I think they figure it out. I'm still gonna go with the bell ringing just because I think it'd be entertaining. I don't think I'd ever get bored.
It'd be like a sweet bar trick.
Right?
I
Right?
don't think anyone that's ever around you would be bored again.
I don't think so either. It would definitely like I don't know, I'm not that shy already, but it would kind of like facilitate me being less shy. I mean, people are gonna know anyway, so might as well just be like, hey, guess what that sound means?
You just dung my bell. You win.
Right. Ring my bell takes on a whole new meaning.
He's gonna get hired at a fair.
Yep.
Be perfect.
Ding ding.
As long as it's not when you're walking past a bearded lady.
Hey, teach his own.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're up, Julie. Would you rather have a bell go off every time you're aroused, or feel sharp pain in your side every time someone said your name?
Well, Julie's not that common of a name, and I feel like my friends aren't like, they don't call me by name, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think I don't like pain though. Like, how severe of a pain in my side are we talking? Like a running stitch, or like I'm having appendicitis?
Running stitch.
Oh, I think I could deal with that. I think I'll go with the running stitch. Yeah, because I don't need the kids to be like, why are there bells going off by mom? I'm like, what? No, none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna go take a shower?
Hey, shh, shh, shh. It's none of your business. Moving on.
Chris, you're up.
I would take both just for the interest
You
of
say
it.
both?
there you go.
Yeah, she's
Why
like,
not? I mean, at one point you're just like, oh, everyone's yelling your name. You're just like, blah.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of that, you hear the bell going off, and everyone's all sort of confused.
oh, maybe
was-
the bells are going off and you're getting the running pains because they're saying your name.
What
There you go.
What happens when the pain starts to become pleasurable? And then people start talking about you, and it's ding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like the way you think. Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking, I don't know the last time that anyone's actually called me by name. I have a very unusual name, so no one would ever really say it by accident. And yeah, pretty much no one ever calls me by name.
And even
So-
when they know your name, they don't say it right.
Exactly.
There are like 3 professional athletes named Corey Williams.
Well, guess you're screwed.
Are we going by just the first name here, or the last name, or whatever someone would consider your title?
I would say first name. If we're going with whatever someone would consider your title, then I think I'm going to go with the Bell, because I hear, hey, Papa, can we do this? Hey, Papa, can we do this? And I'd be like, no, it hurts too much.
Just stop asking. Go do what you want.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry I keep muting myself, but
I'm not sorry.
this cough right now. It's bad. It's loud.
It's very loud. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
Let's see. There's a poll from Childish, who is great. If you don't follow Childish, you should. This is a pretty shameless plug. Would you rather never be able to receive medical care again, or never be able to walk again?
Didn't we already do this?
Ooh, I got this
I
one.
don't think we did. I think you and I just talked about it.
Oh.
I was gonna say that's one.
Chris, you're up. If it's a repeat, then I'm sorry.
No,
it's
this
not.
is fabulous. Because
Just-
military medical care is, a joke.
Right.
So,
I think I heard something about that.
Yeah.
yeah. I have a messed up knee, they're like doing nothing about it. So, I would rather take the still being able to walk over never receiving medical care, because I'm already not getting that. Not to mention you can usually fix most things on your own.
Don't look up it on WebDB, though.
Oh yeah, I probably have cancer, or I'm dying, or something, it's the usual.
Both.
Both.
Definitely both. Julie, you're up.
I would have to go with the medical also. I haven't had insurance in I don't even know how long. And I don't know how I would handle the kids not being able to walk. They are just they're everywhere, and I would want to keep up with them. And I'm sure, if that situation ever did occur where I couldn't, then I would figure something out. But I don't know, though. If I didn't have medical when the kids were born, I wouldn't be here. So I'm just going to go with medical. I already have kids. All right.
Ooch.
Can I still run?
No. Your legs don't work. You can run if you can do it on your hands.
I'll try. My shoulders might come out, but
That's it. That's an inside joke ish. Poor
It's a
Mr.
short
Williams,
joke, though.
he's got bad shoulders, and every time we hung out with him, they would like pop out. It was bad. Like you feel bad, but I think they got fixed. Anyways, sorry.
yeah, they're fixed.
Okay.
If I didn't have medical, I'd be in extreme debt. But I don't know. As of right now, everything's fixed. I enjoy walking. I like being able to be mobile, but I don't know. It's a tough one. I'll say walking because there are a lot of things right now in my life that are walking central, and play a lot of sports and have a lot of activities that kind of keep me sane while I'm studying math. So, yeah.
Aylin, would you rather walk or get medical? Would you rather never be able to receive medical care again or never be able to walk again?
I think I will never be able to receive the medical care again. My mom was a nurse. My dad is the most accident-prone person on the planet. So, um, we just never went to the doctor when I was a kid. Hardly ever, unless it was for stuff that was required for school. So even now, I go to the doctor if it's like a sinus infection, and I can't beat it myself after 3 weeks. So I hardly ever go to the doctor. Generally pretty healthy, but yeah, not being able to walk. I would think that you would end up being like morbidly obese or something. Because I would at that point. I think I'd get depressed if I couldn't walk, and I would eat Cheetos all day. So, yeah.
But you wouldn't gain any weight.
Well, if I wouldn't gain,
Or there'd be a lot of bells going off.
oh, that's true. There's lots of bells.
There are people that can't walk that are very active.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think I would become like a miserable person though, and I would just like eat myself into happiness, or think I was going to be able to. Yeah, I just give up and like eat cheesecake and Cheetos all day.
Oh, cheesecake, yes. Sorry.
Shiny.
Yep.
And I think I would like to say that I would. Right now, I'd take my chances and say I'll walk. I'll walk and take my chances, but part of that's because I am, despite this cough right now, in general, I'd say pretty healthy, and I don't think I've had any kind of certainly no need for medical care in a long time. So I don't know. Right now, yeah, I'd take my chances again. It's because of kids, though. Without kids and without anyone else, if I'm by myself, I think I might try and no. I take my chances. I take my chances all the way through. I don't think I would do well not walking. And a poll from Mama Pomba.
Hey, she's crazy.
She is.
Wacko.
You're in a room that's freezing cold and getting colder. You're able to make a fire, but in doing so, it will consume all your oxygen. Would you rather freeze or suffocate? Let's start with Hooch.
I actually looked at this one before. I don't think I actually answered it because I couldn't choose.
Well, now you have to.
No. Let's see. Suffocate.
Really? Why?
Because usually in a room like that, like it'd be a slow process. You'd probably actually pass out before you suffocated, just because larger volume. But the other
I
thing
like
is,
how that started with usually in a room like that. In all my experiences,
Being
most
trapped.
of the time I've found that.
I actually was trapped in a freezer before.
What?
What?
Yeah, it was like it wasn't a like walk-in freezer, but in a small freezer, like one that you would have like somebody would have in their garage or something like that.
What
What
were
Just
were
you
you
doing
doing
in the
in it?
tried to
freezer?
kill you and you were the body that they were stashing in the freezer? Or like, how does that happen?
Is this like one of those deep freezers that you have
This
to
was
climb in?
no, this was me being an idiot kid playing hide and go seek with my cousins, and
Oh.
Oh,
That would, yeah,
the
that would have been like the worst found you moment ever.
well, the thing is
At
that
least you didn't
like
smell.
Yeah.
I actually had left it like cracked open,
Where are you going? No way.
but uh, one of my cousins came and sat on the lid.
oh,
So I remember that the feeling of like cold was worse, but then again I remember like there was like moments where I would go to breathe in and it was literally like you take a breath and you just somebody puts a hand in front of your mouth and you just can't there's nothing, like you breathe in but it doesn't feel like you're breathing in anything, and then uh I think kicking the lid enough times to where my cousin got off and I was able to get out, but I would think freezing to death would be much longer and more agonizing process than that. Don't ever try
Chris,
it.
you're up.
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yep.
I'm gonna
picking
go
random
after
orders.
this. Just a heads up. I've got stuff I have to do,
Okay.
life. But I would choose freezing to death because suffocating would take a shorter amount of time. Maybe I'd get rescued. I'm not a little bitch. Cold doesn't bother me. I mean, it takes some
Clearly
time.
not.
I mean, you're
No
gonna
offense to
slowly,
anyone
your
who's
body's
getting hurt
gonna,
already.
your extremities are gonna, start to freeze first, then your body's gonna pull everything into the core. Slowly, you're gonna go into more of a, just you're gonna go unconscious, and you're just gonna slowly freeze to death. But hey, if you get saved, you don't have arms or legs, but you're still alive.
That's true.
There's always a bright side to this. And with that, I'm gonna go. It's been a pleasure.
It was nice to meet you.
Thanks for being on.
Chris.
Have a good night.
I'll probably be back eventually. Y'all have a good night.
That sounds
You
good.
too. Enjoy.
Nice to meet you. Have a good one.
Aylin, are you freezing or suffocating?
You know what? I was thinking, like, whenever we have these, which horrible death would you choose? I usually choose whatever is the faster one. But I think for me, in this situation, I think I would choose the slower freezing to death thing, because I know that there's been times when I haven't been able to breathe, and the mental side of that is just terrifying. And yeah, I like the idea of just kind of slowly losing consciousness from freezing. I think it'd be a lot more painful, but the mental side of things, I would prefer to not have an absolutely terrifying death from the suffocating. So I'll take freezing and hope for the best.
I'm right there with you. I would totally pick freezing.
Me too. And I'm totally with Aylin on I've had multiple experiences of not being able to breathe, and it's horrible. It's horrible. And in those experiences, people were around and stuff, so I at least figured that I would be helped in some capacity. But it doesn't matter. It's so hard to calm yourself down, even if you know that, you have somebody right there next to you helping you out. It's not good. And I
Yeah,
just
it's
feel
overwhelming.
like it is. And with the freezing, I think I could will myself to go to sleep and then call it quits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have slept through quite a lot, but yeah, I don't know. But I would go freezing. Sorry, Corey.
Um, when I was young, I fell into a frozen lake,
This
and
story horrifies me, by the way.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take my earphone out. I can still hear you in the next room. Whatever.
And I
Sorry,
got
go.
stuck under the ice. Like I came back up and couldn't find the hole. And
Oh,
there's plenty of air under there, but yeah, it's scary, the idea of being unable to control it. Like you think the cold is bad enough because you're like, oh, I'm gonna die, but the not being able to control it, like I can't reach up. The top is right here, and I can't do anything about it. Or I would imagine the breathing thing would be the same. I've never been in a situation where I haven't been able to breathe. I could press my face up against the underside of the ice and be okay. Well, that's a very qualified okay, but okay-ish. Um, so that's it. I've got a couple discussion questions, and these are from users. From I'll say Melders, M Elders. I know who you are, um, and so I don't want to ruin anything for anonymity, but we'll say Melders. Do you think machines will ever be as creative as humans?
I hope not.
yeah. I hope not. No.
Why?
Because what does Kevin James say in Hitch about creativity comes from? I don't remember what he said. I don't know. I think of a machine as like a steel, cold, metally thing, you know. And yes, I know that there's a lot of advancements in like artificial intelligence and stuff, but um, I think creativity is more of the side of the brain that maybe wouldn't be put into a machine. Like, you know, machines they're smart, they can figure things out and such, but I don't know. Art isn't a formula. It's not logical. I don't know.
Yeah. I think creativity is part of what makes us human. So I would hope that no machine would be able to do that.
How about you, Hooch? What do you think?
Well, I mean, there's the neuroscience part of me that's really nerdy and says creativity is just a construct, and depends on how you define it. But then there's also the idea that I don't know of any like technology that's capable of writing its own code. I don't know if it can produce code that it doesn't know how to write. That's the one thing about technology, is that it's like computers have problems with like decimal places and numbers. It has to be able to go out to a certain point. It doesn't know. Like, I mean, the one thing that humans have that's it actually I think is kind of a creative mind is just the being able to logically jump steps. So like if you're counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, and you say and continue, your brain thinks, okay, continue, and you can see how vast amount of numbers that you can create with just that kind of concept. Where a computer, you can't just say and so on. You have to.
You can. It's a loop, isn't it? I mean,
well, there's certain loops that you can do. Like you can write in like +1, but you also have to say end at a certain point. You can't just say continue, otherwise it's an infinite loop and the computer doesn't stop. At least that's from what I know about technology. I'm not a like artificial intelligence programmer, so I mean there could be things that I could be completely wrong about, but from what I know, I just like there has to be a stop to it. They can't Like computers can't create their own code without knowing what they're doing with the code beforehand. So it's almost like they'd have to have the code before they create it.
I think I'm going to argue that yes, machines will be as creative as humans sometime, and I've thought a lot about this. So I actually do have a bit of a reason. Uh, as far as creative things that we do, there's creative the way that like a kid is creative, where they might not have these different things that are floating around out there. They're not necessarily putting like it's genuinely somewhere from inside their mind. And that one would be a hard one to replicate. But we don't do that as much as adults. We're not creative in that way. We come up with new links between things that are otherwise unlinked, and we come up with new ways of, we have problem A and problem B that are completely unrelated, and we say, you know what, here's this little piece from problem A, let's look at problem B in this way. And I think for the most part, that's the sort of creativity that we come up with as adults. And if all it is, this whole there's nothing new under the sun, if all it is making new connections or new combinations of pre-existing things, that sounds like the sort of thing that a machine would be totally capable of. Given a little bit more time. The loop thing, I mean, you can totally make infinite loops, and they're awful. As someone who spends a lot of time debugging code, infinite loops do exist, and machines do know what to do with them. They just hate you for it. But I totally think machines will become as creative as humans, because I think we put too much emphasis on adult creativity versus the creativity that you get as a child. Sorry, that was just my take on it. This is one I've thought about a bit more.
Well, I guess if you're talking about the creativity of like a child, of the more innocent and the limitless possibilities, you know what I mean? Because to them, why can't you have, I don't know, why can't unicorns exist? You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're talking about like adult logic, and if you're talking about their creativity of just linking different things, then I would totally agree with that assessment as well. But I guess I was thinking more of like, I don't know, creativity as in creating something new.
Like art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's what I was.
Well,
but
art
you
like
have
logical paradoxes, like creativity in those. For example, like I'm blanking on the name of it, but like for example, the following statement is true, the previous statement is false. Those type of things. I think that there's some creativity in understanding why those are like those don't work, or why those logical problems exist. Can a computer or a computer program or artificial intelligence rectify those type of logical problems?
I don't know. I think maybe not right now, and maybe right now. I'm not sure, but
I don't know either.
but I
feel like that's how you would create a loop in a program, is having a logical problem like that.
I think you wouldn't beat a computer on logic. Like I think the areas where you're looking at like the serious sort of it would have to be like a really abstract sort of creativity to work, I think. But even then, I'm not sold on it. I kind of think that we'll be passed. I mean, it's a little bit Yeah, it's a little bit maybe Cylon-y, but it works. Um, that you have machines that are always machines are good at optimizing, and if machines can get so good at optimizing that they start to optimize, we're using machines to build machines. So I don't see any reason why on a reasonably long time scale that this wouldn't happen. But I'm like that. MM61675 says, agree or disagree, every story should have a villain. Start with Aylin, because I can't see your face, so it's hard to tell what you're doing.
You know what? I think almost every story I've ever read that I've really enjoyed has had a villain. I've said on Show of Hands numerous times that probably my favorite book is The Tale of Two Cities, and yeah, and that one has some really horrible villains, really, really, really horrible people, and yeah, I think that contrast is great, and that's what makes it interesting. There's got to be something to struggle against in a good story, I think.
Hooch.
I think in a story, I think a lot of the time that even if you don't intend to create a villain, they kind of appear. Like, I think people kind of place good and bad on situations, and there's usually two sides to a story. So I feel like there's, like, I don't know, I'm struggling to think of like a story where there isn't a villain unless it's just one person in the story. Like,
Well, I mean, you could make an argument for, Moby Dick doesn't have a villain. Exactly. I mean, the villain's a part of his own nature.
Right. But I mean, even like, well, because like the one that I was thinking of was The Man at the Sea.
Okay.
Like, is there really a villain? Not really. I mean, I guess you could like argue that either he's villainizing himself or I guess the fish that he's catching is the villain. But it's, I don't know, I think that I think a struggle makes a story. Like, there's always, like, it's some sort of a tension. I agree with Aylin on that one, that there's to have a struggle or to have something to overcome kind of makes a good story. And I don't know, I like satires, and satires are filled with villains most of the time. They're just filled with crooked people, or situations where there's somebody that is right, somebody is wrong, so that way you have that kind of contrast. But I don't know. It's hard to say that every story needs a villain. I think that a lot of times you can create one even if one's not there. Like you said with Moby Dick, you could kind of split one person into two, or you can make the object that's not actually villainizing anybody become a villain.
Yeah, I mean, does a villain necessarily have to be a person or an animal, or can the villain be that struggle itself? Like if you've got somebody who's trying to survive in the wild or something like that, can the wild become that villain? Because that's what the struggle is against.
Mother Nature.
Yeah.
M. Elder suggests Life of Pi, and
Right.
says Boyhood has no villain. Before Sunrise, Sunset, Midnight. Oh, good one. The Fault in Our Stars doesn't have a villain.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call. He says Friends.
He said what?
Friends.
Oh, the guy in the coffee shop who's always mean to them. The blonde guy in the coffee shop.
Gunther?
Yeah, Gunther.
Is that his name? Well, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I think the villain is that, in Friends at least, is, ugh.
It's Jennifer Aniston. There's no need to have her on a show.
I'm pretty. Didn't every episode of Seinfeld have a villain? I'm pretty sure like that's how much every episode like is either like somebody or random. And I guess the most common example from Seinfeld would be Soup Nazi, but that's like the easiest one. I feel like every episode they created
You didn't like
a
Newman.
character to be, yeah, like Newman or like somebody that was creating tension or like something.
Kramer.
That
Or not
Kramer.
Kramer. No.
Yes. All right. How about one from Jalapeno? This one's fun. Could you be in a serious relationship with someone who thinks mermaids exist? Julie, you're first.
Do you think mermaids exist?
I don't think mermaids exist.
Then yeah.
That's not fair.
Like they seriously think they exist? Like we're gonna go out and find them?
Oh, maybe they don't want to find them, but they just know that they're real and they exist, and they'd probably want to find them. I'm not sure.
Are they outspoken and adamant about it?
Yeah, I was gonna say if they're like obnoxious, if they're like super like
No,
mermaids, everything.
It's just fact. Bears exist, dogs exist, mermaids exist.
Yeah, sure. I think I could. If you believed in mermaids, I'd maybe buy a tail, but
That's romantic?
I feel like if everything else fell into line, I think I could get behind that. But yeah, mermaids. That's not such a big deal. I'll go with yes on that. I could handle that.
Hooch, what do you think?
Is that the only thing they believe in?
That is the other thing, that if they think that mermaids are real, there might be other issues.
Oh, maybe you don't know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I guess there's a possibility that mermaids could exist, but.
Did you ever see that Splash with Daryl Hannah in it?
Did you ever see the Discovery Channel documentary that they did during, I think it was like right after Shark Week, that they tried to make it like it was supposed to be a documentary, but it was a fake show. Like they said we caught it on camera, and they had like they were interviewing somebody. It was an interview format. I don't know. I just thought it was.
Was the interviewee Jerry Springer?
Yeah, no, it was almost like they're like breaking news: the mermaids exist.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, but this, I don't know. I guess I'm just skating around it.
He's making an argument why mermaids exist.
Right. No, I mean, if they've got other qualities that are like.
I mean, they're not like a math major or something. It's just a mermaid.
I guess I can't really be one to like point fingers. I guess if they're putting up with me, then yeah, I'll be in a relationship with someone that likes mermaids.
You chose the Beebs, so you have no say.
Yep, I've got no choice. Whatever I say at this point doesn't matter. I said I'd be with Justin Bieber. Yeah, I guess if I'd be with Justin Bieber, I'd be with someone who liked mermaids. It'd probably be better.
You gotta work on your standards.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They don't really like link together very well. I can't really. I really have no foundation for saying anything now. This is kind of sad.
You've been discredited by the Beebs.
Yeah.
See, now if you go to run for public office, this particular one will be what stops you.
Right. Oh,
Aylin, how about you? Things. How about you, Aylin?
If they seem logical in all other in all other ways, I think I could probably overlook that. If they presented a logical argument, even if I disagreed with it, if their argument was logical, then I could look past that, I think. But yeah, I mean, there's people who believe in Bigfoot and Sasquatch, so I could look
They're
past
real.
that. Well, there you go. See? So, yeah, so I could look past that. So I think I could look past a mermaid believer too. If he was really cute. Really, really cute.
He dung your bell.
Yeah. And he could.
That's
Yeah.
the sad thing, Aylin. I was actually thinking the same thing. I don't know. It depends on how good looking they are and how much you want to put up with them. Oh, that's kind of bad, isn't it? That's probably why I've gotten in so many problematic relationships.
All right, next question.
Next one.
These questions kind of hurt to answer.
I've got one, but it's more serious.
Okay, putting on a serious face.
Yeah.
All right, serious face. This one's from Christina, Krys Tina.
She posts really good polls. Shout out.
That's true. You're a nurse who's been providing care for a terminally ill patient.
Oh yeah, this one was.
I know. Sorry.
That's okay.
Who has been providing care for a terminally ill patient that you've grown very, very fond of. He or she is in a lot of pain and begs you to end it all via morphine overdose. Assuming the typical risks of getting caught exist, do you do it? And I would start with Aylin on this one.
I said no. I think I would want to. I think my argument when I was answering that question was that as a nurse, I would help a lot more people if I did not get caught doing something like that. I'd be able to save a lot more lives if I did not do that, and just tried to make her death, as long as that took something that was not as horrible as it could be, but not assisting with that. I do believe in physician-assisted suicide. I don't have a problem with that, but it's not something that I would want to be responsible for if it's something that I can get caught and get in trouble for.
And then she had a follow-up poll, because you knew I was going to ask. Same question, but you're guaranteed to not get caught.
Yeah, I'd totally do it. Absolutely.
Booch, you're up.
I agree. I think one of the reasons that I agree is kind of, I guess, the viewpoint of that's not my job title. Like if I'm a nurse, I don't have that authority to be able to do that. Even if physician-assisted suicide was legal, I think at that point it would still not be up to the nurse at that point. I think it would be up to whoever was the primary care, whoever was the attending doctor or physician. But I don't know, I agree with physician-assisted suicides. I think it's something that you can determine on a case-to-case basis. I don't think it's something that's going to be like, well, if this person wants to die with this thing, like how I don't think it would be a slippery slope kind of idea. But I think that in that point, I think it would be something that it shouldn't be necessarily my decision alone. If somebody had just asked me, I feel like it would have to be a decision among my peers and among the family as well. I think it's something that it could be spur of the moment. It could be, but if for the follow-up question, if I wasn't going to get caught, I probably would. I would, but I think I don't think it's just the getting caught aspect. I just think it's the taking the necessary steps and the reason. Like I think the standards and precautions are there for a reason. I think it kind of has checks and balances along the line, but I probably wouldn't do it if I wouldn't get caught. But if I like if I was sure that it was the right decision, I would do it.
Julie, what do you think?
For I could possibly get caught, I
Mhm.
wouldn't, not because I wouldn't want to take responsibility for my actions, but I have too many people that rely on me right now. I feel like it would be extremely selfish for me to do that for the kids, for you, you know what I mean? And as a nurse, I feel like if you are in that position where you are spending a lot of time with one patient and you're getting to know them well, that's not the first patient you've had in that situation. So as much as, you care for them and you are a human, you have feelings, it would be very difficult but I don't think that I wouldn't do it in that situation. If I wasn't going to get caught, there are a handful of people that I would do that for. Nora fell out of bed. I gotta go get her. Hang on, sorry.
So we have young kids, and the youngest is about 18 months old, and once in a while she rolls out of bed. I mean, her bed's a good 4 inches off the ground, but once in a while she rolls out of bed.
Yeah, she was telling me you guys have them 5, 3, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's very busy. It's interesting though, and we just potty trained the youngest, which is really fun.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Was that Mr. Williams?
oh, that just got potty trained?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. He's working on it.
I get poop treats.
I'm trying to see because that was also the Fracy. I hope that's right. Fracy. I don't know how else I'd pronounce that.
That's how I say it in my head.
Okay. Would like everyone to recommend a user to follow.
Oh.
Other than yourselves. You 3 are obviously wonderful.
Just one?
Oh, go for it. If you've got a couple, do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, we already mentioned Christina with a KRY. She's got some great polls. She gets a little edgy sometimes as far as what people feel is acceptable to ask, but she posts really great polls. Good discussion. I think Facepalm doesn't have a lot of followers. Last time I looked, it was under 100. Yeah, Facepalm is great, and lots of comments and stuff. Fat Shadow is another one. I don't think he posts a lot of polls, but the ones that he does post are good. And I tend to like followers who post fewer polls but post a lot of comments also. So those are the people that I tend to gravitate towards. So Christina's fairly new. Flip Flop Girl is another one. So I feel like I'm calling out my friends. So I'll try and stay. So yeah, Facepalm, Fat Shadow, Christina, Flip Flop Girl, and Drunk has a few more followers, but does really good polls and is just an entertaining guy.
Yes. Who do you have? Anyone you'd like to recommend?
Well, Frazee is a good person to follow. I like her polls. They're a lot of they're really good polls, and then there's also some fun ones in there as well. I think she has a good mix, or he. I think I want to say it's a she from the picture. I would also say Bethany Q.
Oh yeah, I meant to mention her.
Yeah, she's really really good polls. I like the Dark Horse.
Yeah.
He's got some good polls. And I don't know, I haven't been using very long, but for the most part, those Mama Pomba, she's a good one to follow. Yeah, and there's I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce it this way or if it's just supposed to be the letters, but it's Ersco, Ersco.
Yeah.
It's another good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably forgetting somebody too, but those are definitely good ones to follow.
I know. I think within the last little while, I've started following probably. Well, I unfollowed a lot of people that I realized weren't actually posting any kind of polls for the last however long, that are inactive users. It'd be kind of cool if those could just be, if there could be like a flag if they're inactive for over a certain amount of time, but I don't know. That'd be hard to get at.
Yeah, that'd be good.
There are a few, other than the people that we've done polls from today, which I'll put up on the link for this. I'll put whose polls we did and whatever too. But other than those, Zimrus is pretty cool. Oh, the Irony, he's been on here a couple times, and he's a good one.
I didn't mention people that were on
Sorry.
here. Sorry, I think everybody that's been on here has been a good choice as well.
There's just a lot. We're saying, Frazee had asked if you had anyone you wanted to recommend following.
No, I hate everybody on this app. No,
And the winner is.
no, obviously I like all of the people that are on today's show. I like the Dark Horse. He does Macho Matt. He's got some numbers after his.
Yep.
He's pretty funny. Just Bob, ridiculous polls, but they're good. And I think that's about all the ones that first jumped to my mind. I liked Oh, the Irony has some interesting ones as well.
Colorado.
Shazam.
Oh yeah, Shazam.
Shazam's a good one.
Chicken Cookie?
Chicken Cookie, yeah.
Chicken Cookie.
Aylin, one more thing. Anonymous Andy has a question for you.
Yes. Specifically for her.
Specifically for you.
Oh, you are the winner of tonight.
Well, let's hear the question first. I may be the loser of tonight.
Will she marry me or no?
I'm taken. I've got somebody lined up for that already. Sorry.
Aw.
Well, we tried.
Sorry.
You might lose a few followers after this.
I may. Should I change my persona as this flaming single? Can't
Right.
I'll gain tons of followers.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't rock a minivan at all.
Um, but that is all I had. If any of you have any user polls that were familiar or any topics you wanted to talk about at all, this would be the time. But I think I'm out of stuff.
I'd say the only thing I'd like to say, I don't know if probably none of them are watching, but there's a few users who have been around for a really long time who were gone for a while and have come back. So it's been really great to see those folks again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. If no one else has anything else, then we'll call that a day. So everyone's good?
Thanks, guys.
Sounds great.
All right. Well, thanks for being on,
Fun.
and then we'll see you next week.